You are listening to Chapter 1 Lesson 2 of Form 3 Cameroon History. Cameroon, General Education. Narrated by Wacheseh Academy. European Scramble for Cameroon, Reasons why Britain, France, and Germany scrambled to annex Cameroon. Introduction. This refers to the competition between Britain, France, and Germany for the signing of treaties with the indigenes of Cameroon. Before the 19th century, Europeans came to Cameroon for trade, not for annexation. By the mid-19th century, events along the coast changed. The British, French, and Germans had replaced former Europeans like the Dutch. The Portuguese and the Spanish. Britain was hitherto not interested to take over Cameroon at the beginning. The French signed treaties with some Douala kings. The scramble changed gear when Germany under Bismarck decided to join the race for the annexation of Cameroon. Reasons why Britain, France, and Germany scrambled to annex Cameroon. 1. Economic. They wanted a trade monopoly in order to increase their profits. The various powers needed new and more markets for their products. They needed cheap raw materials for their industries such as ivory, rubber, etc. To monopolize fertile soils, for the establishment of plantations. Pressure mounted by European traders in Cameroon for annexation in order to protect trade and investment. They wanted to increase the level of investment in the territory, and create jobs for the unemployed. Most Cameroonian traders have given goods on credit, hence supported and influenced the annexation in order to recover their debts. 2. Political. The empire-building ambitions of these powers influenced the scramble. The patriotic feeling among the European nationals in Cameroon, who wanted to be under the control of their national government, encouraged the scramble. The unification of Germany was a threat to Britain and France, and that encouraged the scramble over Cameroon to balance power. To compensate for the loss of the territories elsewhere influenced the scramble in Cameroon. The Ambass Bay and Douala coast offered excellent harbour and naval facilities which the British, French, and Germans wanted. 3. Social. They needed extra living space for their growing population, since the coast and slopes of Mount Cameroon were suitable for a European life settlement. The need to spread their culture influenced the scramble. Pressure from the various European scientists who wanted annexation in order to have a free hand in Cameroon research or discoveries. Pressure from European missionaries who wanted protection for their missionary activities. Pressure from humanitarian movements in order to suppress the slave trade. How Britain, France, and Germany scramble over Cameroon. Britain. The British government dispatched and instructed Edward Hyde Hewitt to visit the Cameroon coast and provide information about the people and their trade. While at the coast of Cameroon, he met the indigenes, the British missionaries, and traders, and discussed with them about British annexation. The British traders and missionaries strongly supported the British annexation and immediately called on the British government to annex Cameroon. Hewitt reported their views of the British government. He was asked to open a British consulate in Cameroon. He was also asked to sign treaties with kings and chiefs. The British delegation to Cameroon was divided into two. One led by Captain Brooke, which moved to the south coast of Cameroon, while the other moved towards the east coast of Cameroon from Nigeria. As Hewitt approached the oil rivers, stopping and holding meetings with the chiefs, the British heard of German chiefs sailing towards the coast of Cameroon. Frightened by the German actions, the British sent Captain Moore to rush to Cameroon, and advised the indigenous chief not to sign a treaty with any other European country but wait for Hewitt. Moore tried to convince the Douala chiefs and King Akwa and Bell to wait for 1 week. Hewitt arrived on the 19th of July 1884, 1 week after the Germans have signed treaties with the Cameroonian chiefs. He refused to recognize the Hermano-Douala Treaty and rushed to annex territories not occupied by Germany. He hoisted the British flag in Hickory Town after signing treaties with Loch Preso. He also rushed to Victoria and annexed it for the British. The British, with the help of two Poles, Rogozinski and Janikowski, signed treaties with the native chiefs from Bota to Rio del Rey. Germany? In 1883, Otto von Bismarck, the German Chancellor, yielded to the demands of German traders to annex Cameroon. In February 1884, the German government appointed Dr. Gustav Nachtigal to lead a German mission to the West African coast. He was accompanied by Dr. Max Buchner and Herr Mobius. On April 19, 1884, Bismarck informed the British that Nachtigal was going to West Africa to study the state of German commerce there. The German later instructed Nachtigal, who was at Lisbon on his way to West Africa, to take over the coast of Cameroon. He should also declare that German firms had concluded treaties with the coastal chiefs. In July 1884, Emil Schultz, the German consul, arrived in Cameroon and joined in the negotiations. On Friday, 11th of July, Nachtigal and his team arrived in Cameroon. In the afternoon of the 12th, the final Hermano-Douala Treaty was signed. On the 14th of July, the German annexation was proclaimed by Nachtigal and the German flag was hoisted in Cameroon, France. French traders advanced into the southern coast of Cameroon from Gabon. The French started establishing trading centers along the coast of Cameroon. They concentrated their activities in the villages South Douala, around Malimba, Batangas, Campo, and Kribi. They negotiated treaties with King Parsall of Malimba and King William of Batanga. The French also imposed high and discriminatory custom duties on goods that were not French. The French made sure that they properly secured each territory, which constituted their sphere of influence.